Okay, hello everyone. If you're going to be a fabric cutter, this is the video that you should watch. Okay, so we're going to kind of zoom out a little bit and kind of stay right there. So I put these patterns in the files tab of Teams. If you cut them out, you can see I cut a little bit above the adult pattern. This size I made for someone like Craig Lawyer, and it fit him very well. Everybody else have been using this pattern, which is a little bit about the teen pattern. And this has been fitting, this one fits myself and a lot of people at work. So this is the pattern we want to use for most of the masks. Okay, and then this other one is the other one that I've used, and it's for a child. It fits my 8-year-old and my 11-year-old. So if you are also making masks. So we're gonna use the teen mask for this video, and I'm gonna be making, I'm gonna be cutting out 2 pieces of fabric, one for the front of the mask, which would be this fabric, and one for the inside of the mask, which is this fabric, so a green. Okay, so what you want to do first is put like sides together. You want them to be facing each other when you cut it. I guess if you do it wrong, it doesn't matter, it's still gonna work. So I have the like sides together, and then I usually throw a quick iron over this before I cut it, but for this video we will just cut. So I take the pattern and I lay it on the fabric. You want to conserve as much fabric as you can, and so I take a pin and I kind of put one pin through it just to hold it in place. Okay, so for me, I like to do 2 fabrics at one time because it's easier. So if you want to do one at a time, it's fine. I like to do 2 at a time. So I'm gonna lay them on top of each other, if you can see that. And then, so I have like sides facing each other, and I'm actually gonna be cutting through 4 pieces of fabric right now. Okay, so I put the pin in it through all 4 pieces of fabric, and I make sure that it's laid flat. Then I start cutting. So this is a rotary cutter, and I can lock it open in place. And this mat right here is a cutting mat. So there's different tools you can use, but this is what I use. So I start cutting out my pattern. Okay. And then, like I said, the pattern stays in place because I pinned it on top. And almost done. And then once I get all the way to the end, I will show you what it looks like. Oops, I missed a piece right there. Okay, so this is my final product. I take the pin out and take the pattern off. Okay, and then you should have 4 pieces of fabric. You should have 2 of the chemistry one and 2 of the green. And they should be facing each other. And that is the outside and the inside of your mask. Okay, so that was the outside and the inside of the mask, but I like to put some flannel fabric in the middle. You can choose to do this or not. I do. So this is flannel, just flannel fabric. It helps insulate the mask a little. So if you want to do a flannel inside, you just cut out, you do the same thing that we just did using the same pattern. You could actually do this while you're cutting your original fabric if you want. I find it harder to cut through so many fabrics, so I like to do it separately, but you could do it together if you want. So again, I pinned it to the fabric, and get rid of that. And I'm cutting through 2 pieces of flannel right now. So for the flannel on the inside, it doesn't really matter if like sides are facing each other. It just, because it's just going to be on the inside of the mask and nobody will ever see it. So you could use whatever color you want because nobody will ever see it. So this is the inside, and some people would call it a filter. I think it just, I guess it is a filter, but it also helps to enforce the mask. I can still breathe through this very well. So that is it. So if you are a fabric cutter, this is your final product. You'll be giving this to the sewer so that the sewer can put the mask together. Okay, thank you.